Should people really be worried about modern controls? Are they going to be the tournament standard for the future? I have a big take on this, and it's not in favor of modern controls. So let's break it down. I'm JabhiM, 4-time Ripple Hit the Streets champion and your Capcom 9 qualifier. Now, I've broken this conversation into 3 parts: reward, neutral, and damage. For those who don't know, Street Fighter 6 introduced 3 control schemes: dynamic, modern, and classic. I'm not going to talk about dynamic because it's not allowed in tournaments. I'll be talking about classic and modern. Classic is your classic control scheme from previous Street Fighter titles. You get 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, and you have to do the motion inputs to do the specials. Modern, you get 1 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy, and you can do the 1 button special, 2 button supers. Already that sounds like a downside and a plus side for both control schemes. The general game plan or the gameplay when you're playing against a modern control player, unfortunately you can't stun them. As long as they have super, you're not stunning them because it's a 2 button special. The easiest way to stun somebody in Street Fighter 6 is when they're in burnout. You use drive impact and it wall splats them. Now, people, to tighten this up, they're going to use crouching fierce into drive impact, as you can't jump out, throw, press a button, it's going to hit you. The gap to do a super is also so small, so if you're in classic, it's going to be very hard. You have to be preemptively be buffering this. Yes, I've seen players actually do it quite well, and it became very hard to stun those players on classic. However, on modern, you don't have to be preemptively buffering, you just press 2 buttons, super comes out. This is where the damage now kicks in. On modern, you get a 20% damage scaling. This is when you do the 1 button specials and 2 button super. So regardless on what you're doing, as long as it's the easy input for either the special or the super, you get a 20% damage. If you do the actual motion input, you only get a 10% damage. So a damage scaling. So you cannot really run away from the scaling, as compared to classic where you don't have scaling on that. So already that's a bit of a downside, because if you're on modern controls, it takes longer for you to kill the opponent on classic controls. However, the opponent on classic controls probably has to give up on stunning you. I want to talk about now the reward you get from whiff punishing. There are some videos I've seen floating around, but on modern controls you don't get that big of a whiff punish. Of a reward for whiff punishing, especially if the game does the auto combo for you. There's already a damage scaling on that, and now you're getting rewarded with practically no damage combo for whiff punishing them. So let me give you a prime example. With Luke, if I throw bait you, I'm gonna do back heavy, which will punish counter, back heavy kick, which will punish counter. I'll do raw drive impact, crouch medium, crouch heavy into another drive impact, back heavy, crouch heavy, charge into the perfect charge, do a special into level 3, or probably if I did the perfect charge, I'd do jump medium into fireball and then do the level 3. I actually have seen people do that, but I still struggle to do that, However, with modern controls, that is absolutely not possible. So you don't get as big a reward for whiff punishing. And even if you did, there's some scaling. So that's a bit of a problem. Let's go to the neutral play. What people don't know, if you're on modern controls, you cannot DP from a crouching position. As in, like, the DP doesn't come out. You cannot cross cut as well. So you can't cross cut DP. Which means on modern controls you are weak to cross ups. That's something you have to get. You have to accept. On modern controls you're weak to cross ups. You have to do the input manually to do the cross cut, and the scaling is really going to be a problem. So if I'm a classic control player and I can just bet. It would probably be a safe bet to really bother you with the cross-ups. That's really a big problem, because the neutral play is in the classic controls player, especially if he knows how to cross-cut. I also want to talk about the specials, because I feel people aren't really talking about this quite a lot. The specials are random if you're on modern. So whether you're doing the fireball, it's very random. You can't 100% do the heavy fireball. you're either gonna get light, medium, and heavy fireball. Same with all other specials. So now, when we were exploring this back in the closed beta, Ken had 4 specials. The Dragon Lash, however, was not available on Modern. So some specials are not available on Modern. The Dragon Lash was not available on Modern, which is probably for the best. Why do I say that? Is because every other version of the Dragon Lash besides the heavy one are minus. So if you're throwing it out or hoping to get the heavy version, you could die for that. Yes, pros aren't really going to do that. They'll find other ways to use modern controls. You know, they'll probably be using it in combos. Unlike when you're a classic control player, you'll be throwing out those specials to fish in neutral. So I want to give another prime example on why this is actually not that good. Chun-Li. If you're in burnout against Chun-Li, I don't know if this is going to be changed in the full release, but from the closed beta, if I do the heavy Hazanshu and you're in burnout, that's plus on block. If I do the heavy legs, you're in burnout, that's plus on block. However, every other version even the EX legs, that was plus on block. No, not the full extension of the EX legs, just the short one, it was plus on block. If you in modern controls, you can't determine that. That's a big problem. That's a very big problem. I know people right now, they're exploring the modern controls with just Ryu and Luke. For my explorations during the closed beta with Ryu and Luke, they didn't have those plus moves on block when you're in the specials that are plus on block when the opponent is in burnout. Besides Ryu's heavy donkey kick, that one was plus on block when you're in burnout. I mean, in neutral that thing is safe on block. I don't know why, but it is. So that's already a big problem. I see people talk about the advantages of hit confirming. However, that's also not as accurate as they put it out. Why? Check this out. So on modern controls, to chain 2 lights into a special, it'll hit confirm for you. So on modern controls, what it means is that if you do 2 lights so you do the auto combo 2 lights, the special will not come out. However, Luke's medium tile combo still comes out. So, and medium attacks, a certain amount of them still come out, you know, and it still does the special on top of that. So certain things you can't hit, it won't auto hit confirms for you. Certain things will. I'm not too worried about the 2 lights, because if you've been a Street Fighter player, the 2 lights into a special should be your BNB. There should be like a BNB. You can't be your classic Street Fighter player and you can't chain 2 lights into a special. So that for me is not really something I'm worried about, you know. However, guys, tell me in the comment section below if I'm reaching or if I'm on the money. I'm pretty sure I'm on the money, but I always could be wrong. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. Catch me next time. Cheers.